Welcome back to Two Sisters.
In a bottle.
Um, disclaimer. I always have to do the disclaimer. We are not medical professionals. We are independent Young Living brand partners sharing personal experiences and general information about Young Living essential oils. This content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always use essential oils as directed on the label and consult a qualified healthcare professional if needed. Welcome. So
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
how is it in West Virginia, Hattie? We are freezing here and iced in Tennessee.
We are, I think we have like 10 inches and it's still snowing.
We got like
It's
a
very,
quarter inch of
very, very
ice.
cold, but thankfully we still have electric. Roads are completely covered. No plow or anything has come up here, but I'm on the back road, so maybe I'll see
Chloe,
him Wednesday.
Chloe, my middle daughter, is in Nashville, and they got hit. So there was like 90% of Nashville was without power, and she didn't have it from 6 yesterday morning until like noon, 11 or noon today, that they didn't
Well,
have
I'm
power.
just glad she has it back.
Well, and they built a tent. Her dad says, build a fort over your bed. If you don't have a tent, build it. And they did. They took her husband's green screen tripod thing, put it at the head of the bed, hung the mink blanket down over it, and they stayed in there all night with the cat
They
and
probably
stayed
stayed
warm.
warm then.
They did. So if you're watching this and it's beautiful and sunny out and it's like July, this was back in January with the big winter storm Fern that came in and
2026.
attacked us. Okay.
Yeah, and you know that they're saying now whether this is true or not because weather changes
Mhm.
every hour. Best job to have, never have to be right. Um,
And they get paid more than I do at school teaching.
yeah, but they're saying another storm's coming this coming weekend.
For you, not me, right?
No, you too.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be out of school. I
Maybe
have
we'll get a lot of videos done.
let me tell you something a little funny. I have early morning duty every Monday at 7:15. And in 2026, because of weather, MLK, 4-day weeks with in-service, whatever, this is the last week of January, and I have not worked one early morning duty this month. Monday's the day to have. I'm just going to
Other
tell you
teachers are jealous, I'm sure.
that. They all want my job.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
today we are not doing a bottle, right?
no, today we're not doing a bottle. Today we're just going to do, I don't want to call it do's and don'ts, but it's kind of like just a basic information to get you started on essential oils, like how to use them, how to test them, how they work, that kind of stuff. And I want you to ask questions.
Yes, and to show you all how much Hattie knows and how much I don't. I do know some, but I have questions that there were like three of the 14 that she's like, we need to talk about this, this, and this. And then I'm like, and then I'm typing in and she's like, what is it? And I'm like, we'll see. So let's see how much Hattie knows. That's what we're
Oh
playing today.
Lord. Oh
Hot
Lord.
spot. Okay, so
And I've
Hattie,
got my notes here because I don't want to forget to talk about.
about the three things you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
But here's the first question, and this is one that you've already answered for me today. Um, Stephen, he's our son, might as well be, but he's always at our house. But anyway, he's snowed in with us, and he asked this morning about topically, how the oils work topically, because I could explain to him how orally you're ingesting it, it's going through your body, it's going through your system, right? That makes sense. Aromatically, you're diffusing it, you're breathing it in. It makes sense why it's in there. How does that work? So you've already had to explain that once today, but I think that's a question probably other people might have too. So
Yes.
answer that
I'm
for us.
gonna I'm gonna actually read it so I read it exactly, but it goes through the outer layer and it enters into the capillaries in the dermis, allowing that to enter into the bloodstream. So it's like three layers, and it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to actually get into your actual bloodstream and start working.
That's why it takes about 20 minutes for Joe's hemiplegic migraines when we put
Yes, with the
frankincense here and there.
frankincense. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes
And
to
it is
get
that.
in.
That's about right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it just makes it, I like topically probably the best. I mean, I know, like, I always say when you're diffusing, if there are some people out there that don't believe essential oils. It's a bunch of hocus pocus stuff. But here's the thing: if you have visitors over and the crud's going around, diffuse some thieves. They have to breathe. They will get the oils.
And you hear me with
and
my
you're help
bronchitis.
building their immune system at the same
Right.
time, you
There you
know.
go.
But topically I seem to like because I feel like I can pinpoint. I do take a lot of them internally, but I feel like I can pinpoint, for
Exactly
example,
where it needs to go.
yeah, for example, I had a sty in my eye. Wonder if I could find that picture.
Sounds
Well,
like a Dr. Seuss book.
sty in my eye.
Hmm.
But I had a sty in my eye and I don't want to go to I have nothing against doctors. Doctors are amazing. Medicine is amazing, but sometimes I personally feel like they'd just rather throw a medication at you instead of like finding the source and fixing it.
Yeah.
Now, without the doctors, I wouldn't get the proper diagnoses to do my little oil search to find out what oils to make,
Right.
you know. But anyway, so like the sty, um, I have a recipe that I use, and you just rub it on your eye socket. And even though that's not directly where it's at, it is so close because you don't want oils in your eyes, you don't want oils in your ears.
Do you remember
You
when
know,
Ansley got peppermint in her eye at the class that you did here?
what a fool.
My daughter. Yeah.
Yes. The
And
wonderful
and
Klebsi.
she jumps up and runs to the sink and Hattie's like, I
You
tell them
never,
why. Because you think that's what you do is flush your eyes with water. Quick, quick, quick.
yes, but let me tell you, when water pushes oils in. So like when I use that Cool Azul, which is
Yes. Like icy hot for oil.
the
Nicer.
better icy hot, yeah. It when you
Sting.
if you're outside working and you start sweating, you can feel it pushing in deeper. Personally, I like that because if I have that on, that means my back's hurting or something like that. So I want it to go deep. Or when I come in and take a shower and it pushes in deep. Well, the kind of the same theory when the peppermint got in her eye. If she would have put water in, she would have felt the pain back here.
And
So
she was going fast for that sink.
so
Hattie Tripp's going after her. It was
what
hilarious.
we did is we put fractionated coconut oil in her eye, which seems
So weird.
crazy,
Yeah.
but because you put the fractionated coconut, it's pulling the oil out beside instead of pushing the oil in.
That's a really good
Because
thing to
oil, think
know.
about oil and water. Okay, for example, bath salts. I make bath salts all the time with coconut oil and Epsom salt, and then I put my oils and mix it. Well,
We need to do a video of that because that sounds very relaxing to like make that with
it
lavender and stuff
is.
and just like
Yes,
we need to
yes.
do that. Okay.
And we will.
I'll write that
Um,
down.
but we have but if it didn't put it with the coconut oil and the Epsom salt, I would just have little drops of oil in my tub because oil and water don't mix. So it's kind of like the
Mm,
same process.
I like that.
Okay.
That.
All right.
One thing that I think we wanted to talk about at the very beginning, but I just kind of forgot and didn't, pure oil, because I have told you I've gone to the big box stores and I'm like, why can I get this $2 pure essential oil versus your $40 pure essential oil? Why is this one not? Why is yours better? And I know now the answer, but I know that that's going to be a question people ask because I asked it. So
Right.
can you tell me why they're both 100%
Yeah.
oil,
Well,
right? Mhm.
hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Young Living's oils are on the pricier end. However, keep in mind, you are getting what you pay for. The FDA only regulation on essential oils is they have to have 1 drop of pure essential oil in it to write on the label 100% pure therapeutic grade essential oil. 1 drop. Now, do you have any bottles of oil by you?
Yes. Yeah, on the microwave. Hold on.
So, a 5 ml bottle and a 15 ml bottle. They have a 5 ml bottle has 85 drops, a 15 ml bottle has 250 drops. So let me see which one she's going to bring. Where you at? Julie? Anyway,
All
a
right,
15.
Stephen cleaned my kitchen
Oh,
this morning.
couldn't find it. Oh, don't know where it is. Okay. So all I was saying, I just wanted to you to show a comparison of a 15 mil and a 5
Okay.
mil, but
Well, I
it's
know they're
okay.
about like that.
Yes. So just think about this. Say the little 5 mil, which is 85 drops. If the FDA says you only have to have one drop, what are the other 84 drops of?
Yeah, what are
And that
they?
scary, right? I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why
Because
it's $2.
to say that it's 100% pure, they only have to have one pure drop.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's why the price difference comes. And then that the 15 mil bottle has 259 drops or 250 drops. One of them's oil. And what's the other 249?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. I'd rather pay the better price to know that I'm getting quality oil that's 100% pure and every single drop in there is pure oil because I
Right.
use these oils every day in my life.
Hmm.
So,
That
does
makes
that
sense.
answer it?
It does. And like I said, it's something that I knew, but I had to ask to know that because I didn't
Right.
understand. I'm like, I can literally go to blank box store and
Hmm.
there's a whole bunch of them and they're way
Hmm.
cheaper than and they smell good. I mean, they
And
smell nice.
let me tell you something else too. So these online websites, stores that you can go to,
I've seen those too.
um, you can actually type in Young Living frankincense oil and it'll be there. And it will be, I don't know the exact amount, but say frankincense is like $89 and it might be 49. And you're like, well, why don't I just buy it here instead of on my Young Living
But it
account?
says it's Young Living.
Oh, it's a Young Living bottle. You
Oh, they've
just
taken half of it out and put something else in,
you don't know what it is. The only way you're 100% sure that you are getting,
ordering from Young Living.
yeah, because I would hate for somebody to go out and think, oh, I can save some money and buy it at this place. And then there's a reaction because you don't know what's in it, or it deters you from ever getting Young Living again because you had a reaction to it that, you know what I mean? And it's not. So the only way to guarantee is to come and get it from a brand partner like us or your brand partner, whoever,
Mhm.
so you're getting pure essential oils.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, Next one. And this is one we didn't talk about, but I know you know the answer to. Taking them orally.
Mm-hmm.
You have me make capsules,
Okay.
clear capsules that I buy from Young Living, and then I buy the copaiba and I buy frankincense,
Mm-hmm.
right? And those can both go in the capsules
Mm-hmm.
and be taken. But then we were talking the other day about another oil that's good for something, but you were like, no.
Oh, well, wintergreen's one of them that you use.
And I use that
And
all the
and
time
then
with
the
his back.
what's it called? Grand
Idaho,
Idaho fir.
something like that.
A lot of in fact, I think all of the
Furs,
pines, wintergreens, firs.
cypress.
No, I think you can take cypress internally. I don't know on that one.
But how do we know? That's what I wanted. Like,
Okay.
how can you tell us how so that we don't do something we're not supposed to do? Because there are some you cannot
The
take internally.
best way to do it is everybody should get a product guide.
I bought one of those. I've been
Yep.
looking.
Everybody should get a product guide because when you look in it, well, I guess I need to do it this way.
Story time.
So here are the single blends. Okay. And up here at the top, up here at the top, it says dilute, aromatic, topical, photosensitive, and vitality. Vitality in their terms means internally
Okay.
because their white labeled bottles are
Mhm.
like frankincense vitality.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. And
Now,
it and it
can you
and it
take
has
can you take the frankincense in the regular bottle? Is it the
yes,
same oil? It's just a different label to kind of dummy proof it?
that's how I do it.
I was going to say, because we've taken the frankincense from the bottle internally and there's been
Hmm.
no issue. So it's probably the
Yeah.
same thing just to make sure there's no doubt, this can be taken internally.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, you look well. Let's look at frankincense because I know that can be taken internally. I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue every single day.
I know.
A lot of people don't like the taste of it. I like it, but they always say that your body craves what it needs and likes what it needs. And I need frankincense.
I must need chocolate. Just saying.
Okay. So frankincense has is that aromatic? Yeah. Has the little waves and it's aromatic. It has the
That's
top
diffused. That's diffusing.
diffusing.
Okay.
Yep. It has a little purple drop, which is topical.
Okay.
And then it has the little gel cap, which
Which
is
means
what they call
vitality.
vitality, which I say internally.
Yeah.
So this book, so that has all of your single oils, and then it has all your blends, and even like sage, you can take it topically. I mean, internally.
Okay.
And then you have, I love this book, by the way. This is the best laid out book.
Tool.
Then you have your vitalities,
And those are the obvious oral.
right? And they only come in 5 mils.
Okay.
The and then your blends.
Okay. And that's where there's other oils mixed together in one bottle so that you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to mix them yourself over your own cauldron at home.
Well, I still do that.
I know you do. Call her the family witch.
I
She
want
loves
to,
Jesus too, so it's not really that.
no, Jesus is my man.
That's it.
Okay. And another one that I think is, I'm going to roll into this one too, because I know this is something I wanted to talk about, is there's a little yellow circle, whoops,
There you
right
go.
there,
Yep.
which is lemon.
Ooh, my
So
sunny oil.
your sunny oils, yes. So a lot of the citrus oils are photosensitive, which means you don't want to put it on you, like, put it on your neck, put it on your wrist or whatever, and then go out and plow the garden. Because the sun, it's going to make your skin react that you are more sensitive to the sun. You're going to burn more. You're going to, because the rays are just going to hit you harder. Now,
Right.
with that said, you can take them internally. Like I do. I have allergies in the spring and the fall. So, in the spring is when you start your garden. So, I take lemon, lavender, and peppermint in a gel cap as my allergy medication.
Hmm.
I can take it internally and go out and be fine. I just can't put it on topically and go out and be fine.
Right. Oh, and
So,
that would probably be the same thing for a tanning bed. Like if you go to tan, that's the same thing, right? As
oh
going
yeah,
out in
don't,
the sun.
yes,
Absolutely don't have any citrus
yeah,
or sunny oil on you. Okay.
yes, yes.
I was just
And
going through
then
my list and marking out. That's why I was looking down. I was like, oh, we just because we're talking about you're knocking out my questions before I even get to ask them. So which
I'm
is
sorry, it just rolls with
no, but
you.
that's exactly what I needed though. So that just saves us time.
The and another thing to think of too when it comes to citrus oils, um, it is good. A lot of people put lemon oil. I love grapefruit oil in my water over lemon. Um, but if you're putting it in your water, use a stainless steel cup like what she has. Um, a glass. Try not to use the water bottles because lemon oil is so pure and so strong. It'll wipe off all the stickies like Goo Gone.
Hmm.
So if you have a plastic bottle of water, and you're putting lemon in it and you set it down, it's not going to like erode the plastic, like put a hole in it, but it's going to pull some of the plastic off. So you don't want that in your body.
Hmm.
So glass, my dog's snoring.
She looks so cute. Is she wearing a Christmas sweater?
Yes, it's
Oh,
cold.
precious. That's Chanel. Hi, Chanel.
Um,
So cute.
but yes, glass or stainless steel is the best way to do that.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Um, patch tests. Why and when and
Okay. I'm very bad about this,
you
but
just are like, if it works, it
I
works.
just,
If
yeah,
it
I just put it
doesn't,
on. If it doesn't, I throw some fractionated coconut oil to stop the
yeah.
reaction. Um, but a lot of people like to patch test.
Well,
So
somebody like Chloe with really
with
sensitive
sensitive
eczema
skin, yes,
and skin like that, you would need to do something like that for, or a baby or
yes,
an elderly with another thing with thin skin we need to talk about.
yes, we do. So you just would put a little bit of oil right here, or just a patch test maybe on your under your shirt or something
Somewhere
like
where you can
that,
see if it gives a reaction.
just to see if it gives a reaction. That's
Okay.
all it is. Now, hot oils, since we're talking about reactions,
Mm-hmm.
hot oils are like clove and cinnamon and oregano. um, they say lemongrass, but I don't see that, but we'll just say
Really?
lemongrass because they say
Huh.
lemongrass. um, and there's a few others. They're considered hot oils. And when I say hot oils, it's not like you're going to put it on, it's going to burn you.
Right.
Um, but it is going to produce like a spicy feel
Like when the kids drink my soda on accident, they're like, that's spicy, but it's not spicy.
because of the
It's just
carbonation.
something's different. Yeah.
But but I personally, and this is, you need to do what's best for you, and you need to make sure that
We are not professionals.
we are not professionals. This is just what I do. This is what Julie does. Um, but like I get a toothache. I have real bad teeth. When I get a toothache, I put a drop of clove on my finger and rub my gum.
Is that like
And
Ambisol? Is that make it, does it feel
that's
like that? Like it takes that pain out?
it takes the pain away.
That's amazing.
But it gives a burn. Like
I'm sure. But you'd
it
rather have
gives
the
a
burn than
it
a
gives
toothache.
a it gives a burn.
Okay.
But then it's gone within a minute or two, and my
So for the
pain's
pain.
gone for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth it.
So I would not, I will tell somebody what I do, but I will not tell you to put clove oil directly on your mouth. But I'll tell you what I do.
But she'll tell you that she doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, you covered another one because that was hot oils, but young and old, we were talking about
Oh, yes.
diluting and then the thin skin and all that stuff. And I want to make sure that I mean, I think we've said it in other videos, but it's so important with the elderly and the babies.
Yes.
So I want to make sure we hit it whenever we can.
So just for the record, I'm recommending that no matter what hot oil you use, you dilute, just for the record.
Okay.
Um,
And
as
dilute doesn't necessarily mean like make a whole bottle, mix it. You just put the fractionated
oh yeah,
coconut
no,
oil
no.
on first and then that.
And whatever oil you use, like I know a lot of people use Young Living's V6 oil,
Yes.
which is their carrier oil.
Hmm.
Nothing wrong with it. I'm just like coconut. If I do anything for my hair, I like jojoba oil.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just
So
depending
you've already
on.
got those oils in your house. Why buy another one when you've got literally five
Castor
oils?
oil is amazing for anything you make for your face. Castor oil is an amazing, 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 amazing oil for
You know
anything
what
with
we
your
need
face.
to do? We need to make, you need to research and figure out what, for cracked heels. Because, I've got that, what's it called?
I think this would
Vulgara.
work. I think this would work for you.
Ichthyomiasis vulgaris, which
I
sounds
think
like an icky vulgar skin disease, but it makes my skin look like snake scales, and I get really cracked heels, and lotion it like does not absorb, and my heels are horrible. Like I literally walk on my tippy toes like I'm in heels, and my kids say,
this.
look like you're limping.
I think you need this. This is that
That's that
salve
salve.
the salve I make. Yeah,
Okay.
it's it has frankincense, copaiba, helichrysum.
Mail that to me
Oh, I'll mail you another one. I've already used this one. I
because
use this.
I don't care. We're sisters, but listen, you need to tell them because you shocked me today when you were talking about that.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, because you said when you heat it or something, I'm like, you cook your oil? What? You are the
Okay.
witch.
All right. All right. All right. So I make a lot of salves and stuff like that for essential oils. And I created this recipe when my horse got really hurt.
We still haven't talked about the babies and old people. Go ahead.
Okay, let me go back to that. Just don't let
Like
me
the third
forget.
time.
Okay. So baby skin and elderly skin are very, very, very thin, not compared to like our age. We're
Hmm.
old, but we're not elderly.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
difference.
We may
Don't
act
put me in
like
that
it.
category yet. But their skin is very thin and very sensitive. So if you're an elderly person or you're a mama or daddy wanting to put it on your baby,
Mhm.
dilute no matter what. I don't care if it's lavender. I don't care, something that's so calming,
Mhm.
dilute. And if, say we have, since I talked about the allergies, the lemon, lavender, peppermint, say you want to do a bottle, the bottom of your feet have the biggest pores. So that's why, like Elena, I'm like, put the lavender on her feet.
Let
And
me
she
tell you,
kicks
she
her
slept
feet up
two
in the
extra
air.
hours that night. She
Yes.
usually gets in my bed at 3:30 when she sleeps over. And Hattie told me I was so tired. And she's like, did you put lavender on her feet? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot. And I did it. And then all of a sudden I get two full extra hours. It's like 5:30 when she crawls in to get me and say, I'm hungry. You want some cereal? So it's like at 5:30, sure, we can do that now. But that was great.
But a baby and an elderly person, like we can do like in a 10 mil roller bottle, I would probably put 20 drops of lavender
And fill the rest
and
with
oil, the
prayer.
rest fractionated coconut oil, and then use that for like us
Hmm.
sleeping.
Hmm.
But a baby, I would put like 3, maybe
Oh,
5
okay.
drops of oil for a
Even
baby in
even in like
in
these
the
size
10
roller
mil
bottles?
bottle.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just but
I'm glad you can't OD your kids on
essential oils.
yeah, because I
S-
just did.
Speaking of, just you can't overdose on oils,
Right.
first of all.
But
Second of all, they're if you're getting them from Young Living, you're paying a pretty penny for them.
don't waste them.
And if you're sick and you're diffusing like thieves and eucalyptus because you're congested and stuff, you don't have to put, because you're really, really sick, 20 drops in. You're just wasting money.
Yeah,
Put like, you know, 5 drops of thieves and 3 drops of eucalyptus and let your diffuser run 10 hours. And that's all you need. You
right.
don't need, well, I'm really, really sick, so I need to put 20 of each. You just wasted a good portion of your oil and it's not going to do you any more good.
Right. Right.
So
Don't waste your money.
don't waste your money and don't waste the oils because you might want to drop that extra 15 drops in a gel cap. Take it.
Right? Yes.
So
Okay, I've only got two more. One is over your right shoulder.
my pets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I've heard oils can be used on pets. I know when Ansley was doing the dog when she still grooms, but she was grooming Katara and Hachi, my huskies, and they did not like their feet touched, and they would always like kind of get icky about it. And I don't know what she put on, but she did something to their paws, and then they would just sit there, and she could like,
Papaya.
and she was just cleaning out their paws and doing their stuff, doing their nails, and they just
Yep.
they were just chilling. So
Well, let pets is very important because a lot of people, especially with cats, I can't do essential oils because I have cats.
you can't.
Eucalyptus is
I've got
so
a cat. Oh,
eucalyptus is so bad for cats. That's what you hear. I can never
oh,
do oils. Okay. Well, yeah, you can. I have horses, goats, ducks, chickens, dogs, cats. I have it all. And my goats have oils. If my horses
shaved your
are,
horses. Yeah.
I put frankincense and copaiba directly in their feed,
Hmm.
So I mean, you can use oils. The one thing about oils, I wish I had some here.
I'm
And
sorry.
a dog will tell you. I didn't know she was going to join us. So,
She
but
wanted us to talk about her.
a dog, animals will tell you if they like the oil or not. I mean, they're not going to say, yeah, mom, that one's great, but you put an oil up to them and they'll start,
Or,
they like it or they turn their head.
okay.
So, like, my dogs love the smell of copaiba, love it. Um, but like if they do citrus, they're not a big fan of it.
Mhm.
Bottom line, this is the key, especially with cat owners. If you have a diffuser going in your room, say you have a little apartment
Mhm.
and you have a diffuser going in your apartment and you have a cat, do not trap them in the bathroom with the diffuser.
Right.
Let them
Be able
go
to
and exit the
wander.
room if they want to exit the room.
Hmm.
And with me saying all this, that does not mean if you're uncomfortable using an oil that you said is bad for cats, don't use it. Use your discretion. But I'm
Hmm.
telling you, I think I've probably diffused all 300 oils with my cats and dogs in the room with me.
Right.
You
And they
know,
just lay around like that. They don't act crazy.
yeah.
Thomas
Yeah.
hasn't acted like anything. That's why when you said that, I was like, wait, what?
We have peace and calming going in here.
And she's chill.
She's good.
Okay. Last one is storage.
Wait, no,
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah,
I
you're
want to tell you. So my horse, when we lived in Tennessee, there was a tornado that came through, and my rescue horse is blind in one eye, and she's made her path on our property of the trail that she goes on. Well, the tornado came through and a tree fell down on her path on the fence. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know how long she was there before I found her, but she apparently reared up in fear of the tree. And when she came back down, this arm got stuck on the wire fencing and
her front leg. She doesn't have arms.
her front leg. Yes, it was awful. It took us probably 3 hours to walk her
It looked so bad.
75 feet. 75 feet. We called the emergency vet. The emergency vet came. They immediately wanted to put her down. And I said, will you give me a chance? Just, this is my girl. Will you just give
Mhm.
me a chance? And he goes, I'll give you 2 weeks. And he gave me a little bit of bute, which is pain medication for horses. And he gave me an antibiotic for like a week. Well, he came back in 2 weeks. I was up all night searching. And what this is, excuse me, this is like coconut oil, not the fractionated, but the coconut oil. This is like beeswax, and I think shea butter's in here. And then I mix all that up on a double boiler. And then when I'm done with whatever's in there, then I set it to the side for like 5 or 10 minutes, because you don't want to put um, young living essential oils directly in the oil, into the hot oil, because the heat will take away their therapeutic properties.
Oh, good to know.
So you let it sit 5 or 10 minutes, then you put the oils in and then mix it up, and then you put it in a container and it stores. And this right here, I mean, this is like, I mean, you can see how greasy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's silky and
right on
it
in
just
this.
goes on. But we use this for everything. We get a cut, we put this on it. But bottom
So
line
that's like
is,
your Neosporin kind
it,
of.
it is, it is. Bottom line is, my horse is out in my field right now.
And
They
that was
told
years
me
ago.
that they told me that she would just be a pasture pet. I'd never ride her. And I'm like, okay,
We
that's
ride her.
fine. That's fine. My niece was up here, Ansley, the one that put peppermint in our eyes. She was up here, what was it, last year?
It was last summer in May.
And she rode Ellie all over
I have a
the
great
hill.
video of her riding that horse
Yep.
down the hill.
Yep.
Pretty.
So just don't, God put these
Oils.
oils on the earth for a reason. If you just know how to use them and be smart about them, they are good. And
Okay.
what was your last question?
Storing.
Storage. Okay, storage is important. The FDA, not only about the one drop, but they have to they tell them they have to put an expiration date on them. My opinion, they don't expire if they're stored properly.
We are not professionals. That's just our opinion.
That's just my opinion. But they need to be like in an amber color, which is the color of the bottles that they come in. When you make roller bottles, I use amber bottles. You can always use the cobalt blue ones too, if you
Mhm.
don't want to use the amber ones. But just store in a shade, you know, back,
Not,
not
not
freezing
in not in
cold.
your car or in the storage unit that's not
Yes.
acclimated.
Yes. If you do keep them in the car, because a lot of I've done it before, because you have a roller, you've got crazy anxiety or whatever, and you have a roller and you just threw it in your car because you're going to use it on the road trip or whatever. It doesn't go bad. It just lessens the therapeutic
Well,
properties you're
just like
getting.
mixing it with your hot stuff takes away the
Yes,
therapeutic process. Sitting in the hot
exactly.
sun is doing the same thing then.
Yes, yes. So it still works. It's just the potency and power that it had when it was stored properly is a lot less when
Gotcha.
you leave it in the sun.
Okay. Well, I think, unless you've got anything else, I think that's it for our Essentials 101 do's and
I
don'ts of
I
essential
well, let
oils.
me just look here. I told you about the eyes, the patch test, storage, hot. Did I talk about
The
putting it?
sockets. Hmm.
Oh, and there's another thing. Ears. Like you had that ear infection.
Yes. Still
And
have, well, I'm on antibiotics, but yes.
I told her put tea tree oil on it.
Hmm.
But I don't mean to put tea tree oil in it. I mean put a drop on a cotton ball and just set the cotton ball right in your ear. And the aromatic will
Hmm.
go in because tea tree, bacterial, oregano, viral.
Okay.
So that's a way that you can get the.
Can you take tea tree orally? And would I?
I do, but
I'll
let me see what the book
check
says.
my product manual.
Let me just. I do. Um,
But we're not professionals, so we don't tell people to do that unless we look it up.
Melaleuca tea tree is not internal.
So we do not
We do not.
take it internally ever. Anyway,
Anyway,
thanks for joining us on this. We're not an episode. This is just a little squirt of two sisters
we're
and two
bottle.
sisters and a bottle. We'll see you next time, I guess.
All right. How do
Did
I
you have anything
stop
else
this
to
thing?
add?
Huh? I don't think so.
You look like you were going to say something. I cut you off as usual.
I don't think so. If I do, we'll do another video.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.